Hey guys, how's it going? So, we got a special update and we got the full update. I'm just getting up and getting out of the shower here and getting ready to start the day. But let's go ahead and another week, another mobile suit. We have the Atlas, which this is the special update where I would have been doing the special update video. So we'll skip that. We'll just go through everything. I'll talk about what I think about the Atlas, what I've seen so far, kind of my thoughts, and yeah, we'll jump straight into it. Also, by the way, real quick, at about 11 is when I hope to be back in streaming, but somewhere between 11 and noon, I'm going to try to stream today. If not around then, I will probably try to be streaming at about 3 p.m. Eastern. But yeah, gonna try to do the dailies and then probably hop into some Tarkov and maybe check out some more Star Citizen or do something else crazy. I don't know. There's a lot of games right now that I just want to kind of play and stuff and things. But yeah, let's get into it. Also, the reason why there was no video yesterday, stuff came up, bit busy, flight emergency. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get into it though. We have the, oh yeah, Witch of Mercury stuff. I was like, wait, what? But yeah, they have the Witch of Mercury stuff in. That's kind of cool. I wonder, do we have like the character voice at all? That would be kind of interesting if we actually get a voice list here. But at the very least, there's a little banner thing you can take a picture in front of if you want to. Yeah, everybody's been like, wait, does that mean we're getting the suit? Probably not. Only UC stuff, you know, even though some of it hasn't been all that necessarily canon, they still pick from the actual UC timeline, canon or not. Then we have the new and returning pilot thing. That's really cool. 10 times the DP, 100% recon crate, and every third sortie. Every third sortie it'll be 100%, and I believe you get a super boost when you're with a new and returning pilot. And then there's the 5 times the CP and the experience points. Then we have, wait, did we not get the, okay, they're not doing that, okay, never mind. But yeah, then we have the special mission. This is special mission 2 for the Zaku Mariner, which is pretty hype. I don't have that one, and I want it, so definitely going to be doing that. That's going to be the 12th through the 26th, so that's halfway through April. And then we have, for the first special mission, we got the Ramzagok. I already have this one, but it's going to be the level 2 of each, actually. I just now noticed. Whoops. So yeah, level 2 of both of these. But yeah, the Ramzagok, pretty nice at 350. I'm not sure it really holds up at 400. Personally, for any of the Aqua suits, I wish they just had the skill that the Atlas does to kind of fly, essentially, in water. And then it ends if you leave water or whatever. But, you know, I mean, they're Aqua suits. They still get a bonus at least. But we'll go through that more when I get to the Atlas. Then we have a 72-hour step up. Honestly, for this one, I don't feel it's really that good. The extremely powerful unit guaranteed at the end here. Honestly, the Delta is a winner here, but I mean, it's good, but it's okay. Jesta Cannon's okay. Garazulu EH is okay. I mean, they're not bad, but they're not, like, broken, right? They're not, am I going to spend, you know, at this point, I think this one's half off at least. Yeah, 50% off. Jesta Echoes type, which is okay. Again, I mean, for a half off, maybe for these, if you don't have a lot of them. The only one I really want that I don't have is the Zekuines Type 1. I have this one, and I don't have the other two, but I don't really care to have the other two. The Jest is okay, and the Jigen Echoes type is okay. They're not really bad, but, you know, they're not crazy. For the Isolde, it's pretty good, actually. It's got a lot of melee damage for having a skill that's meant for it to shoot, which is kind of funny. But it's not crazy OP, you know. Delta Gundam is the only one close to that still, and it got a significant nerf, and there you go. And then we have down here the big winner again being the Rebawu, and as much as I love the Hazel Custom high mobility, it's okay. I mean, it's, you know, it's an okay raid. Delta Plus, you know my feelings about that from the previous banner that they actually extended, which was cool. And then now it should be gone. The Silver Bullet, which again, you should know my feelings about that one. That was also on the banner. But the Rebawu being the insane winner here, like, why wouldn't this just be the Bound Dock again or something? Like, it's weird. Like, the winners here is the Delta Gundam, and then everything's okay. Everything's just okay. And then we have the Rebawu, and then the Silver Bullet's decent, and then meh, honestly, for these two. The Delta is kind of okay, but it's okay. That's it. So anyway, I don't know. Some of these banners sometimes get me a little bit. But yeah, I should move on. We got a lot to cover. Don't want to hang around on that one too long. So we have the 40 free consecutive boxes that they're going to be doing. They're going to be doing once a week, so we're going to get a big 4-week thing. So let's go ahead and go to the rest of the stuff, which means we have 4 step-ups. The second one is suits that you don't have. This one, again, feels like a big bait half the time, but it is at least something you don't have. The problem is it also includes levels up that you don't have. So if there's level 4s that you don't have, there's probably a weighted likely you're going to get those. That just seems to be the case. It could be a little confirmation bias, but that just seems to be the case. This one typically is a trap. The third one is going to be a 50% off step up with all drops or mobile suits on the final step up, which cool, I guess, but I mean, if that's literally all that is, nothing there for me. And then the fourth one is a guaranteed every rarity unit. So I'm guessing it's like step 1 is like the 11th drop will be a different rarity of mobile suit for the supply drop. So we get a 1-star, then a 2-star, a 3-star, and then if they have a 4th step, it's a 4-star. I mean, that would be kind of cool. And that's, you know, 4 spins instead of a 7-step just to get a 4-star that you definitely know what it is, at least. So the 4th one could be kind of cool if we're getting a 4-star on step 4. I don't know how many steps there is here, but if it's more than that and it's like 7 steps, then that's a little yikes. But that is the 4th step-up period. We'll have to wait and see, and hopefully they do something pretty cool with that one. Otherwise, this is pretty meh for a Golden Week type deal. Then we have the limited missions. We talked about that, and then we got the Atlas Gundam. So we'll talk about that here in a second, but it is here, 4-star general suit. It has kind of interesting kit. We'll talk about that here in a second. And then SD Gundam Battle Alliance. We're getting a pack that you can buy 31 tokens and get the Gatheroad. It's kind of cool. It's the like fast shooting machine gun type beam spray guns. Now I don't know if they're just going to be like pew 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 kind of thing, or how they're going to work in GBO2. But I think Gustav, I saw something he posted. He might have it by next week. If we got some footage from somewhere, we'll try to cover this suit and talk about it. If I decide to get this pack, then I'll try to talk about it and actually have some kind of video up. Other than that, though, I think Gustav probably has something. If I see it, or if somebody, you know, wants to throw it in the comments, we can go ahead and get that put in the description. But other than that, right now I don't have plans to really get this pack. I'm guessing it's a raid. It could be a general, but I'm guessing it's a raid. Moving on, though, we have GBO days as well. So let's go ahead and get to the next thing. We'll talk about the buffs and nerfs last. So we got a 7-step up with the Atlas Gundam being guaranteed, and a possibly overpowered part here. It is 3,000 HP at max for high-level suits, which is kind of crazy. Now the question is how many parts does it take up? I have yet to see that yet. I could check the Discord again, see if I can find anything for anybody posting it. But overall, that part looks absolutely insane. If it doesn't take, I mean, if it takes as many parts as like the level 5 or the level 4, this part is absolutely broken. If it takes more than that, well, then it's a little more balanced. So, I mean, that's kind of the thing, whether, you know, is it actually worth or not, is how many part slots it takes. But just as the part and the stats that it provides, the part is kind of insanely broken. And there we go. I finally found the thing here. Let's see. Do we have... Hey, we have the Gatheroad. We actually have some stuff for the Gatheroad as far as stats go. And then we have a... I'm not seeing anything too crazy for the actual Atlas itself, other than where people have posted some videos. But I am not seeing the part here either, which kind of sucks. But, whoops, did not want to click that. But yeah, overall though, if this part doesn't require that many slots, it's insane. If it does, then not so much. Moving on though, let's talk about the Atlas. And here, I'll bring it up on this video. So, it can fly, it pretty much has a flight mode in the water. And it doesn't matter whether you go in the water or out of the water, the flight mode works, essentially. Now, I think that's cool, and that should be unique to the Atlas. But, as far as seeing the flight mode work in the water, from what little I've seen of it, it's kind of insane. It allows for it to do stuff with its shooting and stuff, which is pretty awesome. It has some pretty cool shooting. There we go, we can see that. It has like a bird lime kind of deal with that little shield. It can slow things down, so it's more of a defensive maneuver, but then you can follow it up with offense. It stops people from being transformed or flying kind of thing. So it stops them from being able to use it. So it is a pretty cool shield attack. That's kind of one of its big like gimmicks here. Other than that though, it does have that big shield to block things, and while you have that ability up, it does put it in front of you here. There we go, that right there, and it shoots these out, which cause like a purple smoke cloud kind of thing, and it slows things up. That's pretty much it. Other than that though, it does have 2 melee weapons, as you can see there, which is kind of nice. So you can get a triple downswing combo. It is a 600 cost suit, and again, it does have the ability to fly in the water and out of the water, which is pretty hype as far as like right there. You can kind of do some crazy melee stuff with it. But I feel like all aqua suits should just be able to fly like that in the water, essentially, by default. If we could do that, that would be awesome. Because as far as 600 goes, there's no reason not to use this if you're on the water map. That's it. And this is now the water superiority suit, and you'd be crazy probably not to use 5 of these, or 6. I mean, it looks that insane. There's not really much of a room for, maybe since it is kind of big and easy to hit, you could get some kind of support action going in there. But with this going around, man, would I hate to be a raid right now. That would kind of suck. And there is a couple of good 600 raids that I would like to play. So yeah, we'll definitely check it out. But the main thing is, if you want the water superiority, this suit is actually just cracked for that. Once you're in your little mode underwater, you can shoot the railgun and stuff, or you get the bonus for being underwater. You can shoot the railgun while boosting, and a few things like that, giving this thing, essentially, it feels like a Sinanju underwater. So, it's kind of insane. The only thing is technically that doesn't guarantee a stun. I guess that is a distinction, but still. Then also right here, reticle direction active, allowing advanced combat and at the cost of attack power. So you do get the down damage kind of modifier as well. So that does happen. So we'll have to wait and see whether this thing just overpowers at 600 water. I'm guessing that is the case, but it looks insane on first glance. Other than that though, the actual 600 cost, it just looks decent. It looks like an okay flyer. It is kind of a big target still either way with that big shield. There's a lot of build-up stuns that can knock you out of the sky. So that is kind of its negative in the water, because it essentially, for all intents and purposes, the water is the sky at that point. So there could be some downsides to it, but right now it's looking, especially in the water, it's insane. On ground, it's decent. Definitely a good suit. Is it a 4-star though? It's a 4-star in water, for sure. I'm not convinced that it's a 4-star on ground. I should say that. Other than that though, the rest of the stuff, we got a level 3 prototype Stark Jigen, Hyakushiki Kai, and Dom tropical test type. So that's kind of cool. If you like those suits, they're in there now. I say the prototype Stark Jigen would be kind of cool, and the downswing from the tropical test might be interesting. It is a 1-star, so you got a good chance of getting it. Moving on though, we have the AI stuff. So we got more PvP things coming. Sadly, that's one video I wanted to make, an easy way to do these, and I'm going to try to do that for at least the boss, and we'll see there. Also, that way I can get a little hands-on experience with the Atlas, and we'll go ahead and cover the Atlas more probably later if I want to do a video on it, especially if I get the little token pack. Then we have the defeat enemy mobile suits that stand in your way. Probably just going to be a grab a support and destroy things from the looks of it. Mostly generals here. And then so I'll probably be doing the Kshatriya, but I'll try to do a Super Gundam version because Super Gundam can be bought in the store. And with that said, I'm going to try to do a Super Gundam version of the bosses thing to get that done. If I can do that with very minimum parts, or hardly any parts at all, or just the ones that you can buy, should be just the damaged ones anyway, then I'll go ahead and put up a video talking about that, talking about more about the Thunderbolt, and then about the other suit, the Gatheroad, if I end up getting it. Then we have the Suzabi. We had the new, I believe, last month, and now we have the Suzabi coming in for the premium suit. It is a powerhouse, really. I mean, it's still got a lot of damage, but it needs a buff. Good news is, it's getting one. Is it going to be enough? Does it have the utility? Well, we'll kind of go ahead and see. I just saw that it's getting a buff. And the one I really want here is the D2. I forgot what last month's was, and I think I have just a day to get to Platinum. So that might be the goal today, is to get to Platinum, if I can. Anyway, let's get into the buffs and nerfs. The big part of this update. I'm going to try to go a little quick here just for time's sake, but let's go ahead and try to cover everything. Suzabi, it's got damage control now. That's huge. It's a huge suit. It already has like maneuver armor, so let's go. They definitely needed damage control, especially with what's out now. We have special leg buffer going to 3. Add-on buffer going to 2. That's a little bit of damage reduction. That's kind of nice. And then the beam shot rifle is going up in range to 200. The stagger value accumulation is going up, which is going to be absolutely huge if it's enough. Again, I'll definitely be trying this suit out today just to see what that stagger value is. And dispersion when firing has been reduced. That should tighten it up a lot more and make the stagger actually kind of insane. And the hit detection area has been expanded. So that's one of its main problems, is everybody complained about the consistency of its shotgun beam rifle. Well, now, if it's actually kind of like a normal shotgun, yeah, that's terrifying. All I'm saying. Cubile. Got a huge buff. Did I skip over that? Did I stop somewhere? Because that should have been a thing that I saw here. Am I being crazy? I could have swore I saw something about... Oh, it was literally under these. I thought it stopped there. I'm dumb. But either way, Cubile getting a buff. Also, I guess I'll talk about it here. We got some stuff in the RT shop. We got the Ashimar, the Kaplan. The Zaku Stutzer level 1. That's the big winner here. The Stutzer level 1 is insane. Get it. And then we got a new clan suit. You know, I'm just going to leave this. We'll talk about the Cubile here in a second. We already talked about the Suzabi, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know really what this... I mean, it's a support, but we got a weapons rack for GM Kai. Looks like it's got a bazooka. I don't know what else it has, but that looks pretty awesome. So, let's go. And something for sabotage here. So maybe some, like, EMP grenades and stuff. I'll leave the bugs on the screen for a second here, and I'll go ahead and scroll down a little bit. Okay, that's all of them right there. If you see anything that's crazy, let me know. I did not take the time to read through these because they've never really been that crazy until they are, and there's always a lot of them. But yeah, 300 cost, new clan rank suit coming up. That's pretty cool. Then we have the, what did I skip over? The Cubile stuff. We'll talk about that in a second. But practice mode. You can change your suit's HP to go ahead and give you your powers to see what, you know, benefits you get. Also, there's going to be the stagger value accumulation, so you can test that out in the training, which is really nice. And then also you can forcibly counter, so that every time you tackle, it'll just cause a counter so you can see the animation and damage of certain special counters, which is really nice. Cool little features there. Now, back to the Cubile buffs, because they pretty much gave it a Saikamu system resonance thing, which is cool. They got an H and an E, and we'll go ahead and look at the differences between those. Actually, it really just looks like it's the same thing, honestly. But I think it's just because it's a different suit, they gave it a different name for each one. Because I'm not seeing any differences there in the boosting attack and mobility and HP damage from melee is reduced. Oh, ranged is reduced. Okay, so this one gets range defense, and this one gets melee defense mainly. Okay. Cool. Moving on though, the Cubile. It's about time. It's about time they put this back on it. Its shoulder buffer is back to 3. We've been complaining about it for a long time. Hallelujah. Let's go. Other than that, it's gaining range boost damage at level 2. Shoulder buffer going to 3 as well at level 2. It gained the resonance. We talked about that. Now, the big things for level 1. Now, level 2 definitely needed some damage, as you can see here. Hopefully, those damage numbers are enough. Now, the big thing is more the staggered accumulation value and the lock-on range, etc. So, the funnel 6 surround got a range increase. The pincer ones got stagger value accumulation and a range increase. Now, depending on how big this stagger value is, that's going to be huge. Now, its normal main weapon got a value increase as well for stagger, but it's probably just going up to like 80 maybe, tops or something like that, because it's already a stun ability. Other than that, hopefully the damage is enough to keep it up at 700 cost. Then we got the GM command getting some buffs at all levels, being health at about 2,000 each, and then level 3 gaining quite a bit of things here. Now, I wrote this off on the power GM, so I'm going to actually look at it here. Melee boost going up to 25, speed going up to 125, thrusters, then it gained, okay, nothing real crazy here, unlike the power GM. If you haven't checked out the level 5 power GM, I recommend doing it. It's kind of insane. The enhanced double zeta, and yes, I just realized too, I'm not going over the previous nerfs, buffs and nerfs. We'll do that right after this in a very short section to see if anything crazy happened. But yeah, a little bit out of order. Kind of trying to hurry here in the morning before I have to go. Enhanced double zeta Gundam getting a buff, which is kind of surprising, but you know, with everything that's come out, I guess it sort of makes sense. I'm terrified as a support. Heavy attack power increased. What? Huh? Oh yeah, that's all I got for that one. Double cannon, weapon switch time. Okay, that's kind of cool. Rigidity, I'll take that. HBS times 2, switching time is shortened. That kind of sucks for supports, but definitely helps against generals. I mean, hey, anybody who plays a suit will love that. And biosensor ability goes to 50% now. Pretty much the big thing. Again, the add-on buffer, 30% reduction rather than probably like the 15, I think, is level 2. And then when it transforms, it also got the add-on buffer. Mark II Cubile, gaining 1,000 health. Level 2 gaining what looks to be offense system, which I think the level 1 could also use. Force injector going to 3, special leg buffer going to 3, and the rest is just level 2 damage. But the big one is the pursue funnels around it that just shoot straight, I believe. Or wait, those might be the ones. No. I think the pursue times 6 is the ones that actually go out and. Or pursue is the follow funnels. I think it's the follow funnels, actually. So stagger accumulation value has increased. Those are kind of insane already. And they already buffed them like twice. So, wonder what they're trying to get it to stun. Does it stun in one shot on supports? What's going on here? But yeah. Okay, pretty cool. Then we have the Black Rider. Also, by the way, why can't we get some of this on the max production? I know it doesn't have Saikamu resonance, but come on. Then we have the Black Rider getting a buff, though. Melee boost is increased. Back out on buffer going to 3. That's pretty huge, actually. Level 2 getting some buffs here. Again, kind of skimming over those for a little bit. There's the stats for the level 2. Definitely looks like it needs help. Power is increased, though, with the heat daggers at all levels by 100. Switching time was reduced. Level 2 on the grenade launcher got increased. Reload time for the active camo is now 15 seconds than 20. And switching weapons for the diffusion missile is shortened as well for all levels. GM Spartan BD Squad. I haven't seen this one very much anymore, so yeah, it definitely needed a buff. 2,000 health, 5 to its speed. High speed movement went up by 10. Melee combo controller now level 2. That's always huge for a raid, as long as the penalty isn't too great. Power increase for the knife by 100. Other than that, it got assault booster and maneuver armor level 2. And then switching time shortened for the knife as well. Full armor Gundam. Now, I can keep this one short and sweet because there's only one thing here that, you know, the heat rate on the beam rifle, level 2 buffs and whatnot, it does need it. Nothing too crazy here. You know, part slots and whatnot. But damage at level 2 for everything. Reload time, though, for its big cannon shortened to 13 seconds and 10 shots. Twin beam rifle going to 40%. That will give us an extra shot, which is cool, but nothing too crazy here. The big one. Is the missile bay finally good? And I wish I had a practice ready to show this, but I'm kind of lacking on time, so this might be in an extra video I do here later this weekend or something. But power has been increased to 500 per missile, reload time has been shortened, impact explosion range has been extended, and the dispersion has been reduced, whatever that means. Is this actually a usable weapon at all? Hopefully. But it's been enhanced. The dispersion at the time of firing has been reduced. Yeah, they don't talk about that nobody uses it because it's garbage. That's pretty much it. And also the suit itself has gotten power creeped to oblivion. Like, level 1's not even good, and they're not even doing good enough changes. So, I mean, it's cool that they're doing this missile bay thing, but it's way too little, way too late. I'm just saying. Like, and this is one of my favorite just base Gundams. The full armor Gundam, I love it. So, yeah. It's my Liger Zero Panzer only, you know. Well, it's this Gundam version of it, essentially, is how it felt. But, okay, well, it's gotten something at least, I guess. But then they also buffed the Type B. Now, the Type B also has a similar problem. Luckily, we're getting even more shots out of its beam for damage. I thought it was doing kind of okay, and yeah, the damage is kind of doing okay, but it is lacking in other areas. So let's see, heat rate reduced, that'll also increase the damage. Damage at level 2 and up, going up for a lot of things here, going to just kind of bypass those. Reload time is shortened for the cannon, 13 as well, just like the normal full armor. Precision shelling has been granted, so, you know, get a little bit of damage buff if you're crouched. Not bad. Power is increased to 200. I wish it got the stabilization thing where you can't be stunned if you crouch. That would be nice. But anyway, overall, then we have the power increased for the multi-tube missile launcher, which is a nice version of the missile launcher. Large missile launcher going from 35-second cooldown to 25 for reload, rather. Weapon switching time has been shortened, and missile will now be guided. Oh. Wow. The Type B might actually be a contender now. That is actually disgusting. That missile moves so slow. That's super easy to hit. I want to try that. Okay, well, I know what I'm playing today at some point. Then we have the Gelgoog Vertex Xanthos. I ended up not getting this one, but the back missile pod, reload time shortened. I haven't really seen it either. I kind of forgot it existed. The beam rifle connection for its sub-weapon is 85% and rigidity lowered. And then the beam rifle itself, focus firepower has been increased. Cooldown time is shortened to 0.8, and the damage has went up. The speed has went up as well, with high speed movement going up, and the stabilization device level 1 being granted. Can we get that on more supports? Cough, cough. The 2 above that one, please. Please? Actually, please. I'm actually saying please. Let's see. Let's go ahead and look at the previous stuff really quick, and then we'll wrap up here. Power GM, talked about that. It's kind of crazy. Narrative beat packs. Stats looking pretty good, actually. Nice. I still haven't seen it do that well, personally. Gapfully. Feeling pretty good. Actually, I've played it now. It feels pretty good. Can recommend trying it. If you're better than me at it, you'll definitely see these numbers. The O, looking fantastic right now. It is actually kind of cracked. So, yeah, try the O again. It is amazing. Silver Bullet. Oh, yeah, that's right. They buffed the level 2 stuff. Looking good. Let's go. And this is why the level 1 really isn't a bad on any of the ones that they've done, but not my favorite suit. Moon Gundam. Still lacking in the damage department. That's surprising. That is super surprising. I could have swore this is like feeling like the new like number 1 possibly, but okay, damn. Maybe not. Called that one wrong. Then we have the it's got a lot of damage, probably because it's not insta-dying as fast. No, it still does. I don't know. Probably just the people who were keeping this thing up in good numbers is just keeping it higher now. Because I still don't think this thing's that good. Just this one, definitely good with the damage. I've been seeing it do some pretty good damage numbers, but yeah, it's dying a little bit, so it's still a little bit under average. Actually, yeah, this is still under average too. Okay, that's what I expect. GBO2 powered. This thing is actually completely cracked insane. Once you get the rotations of all your weapons going, you can pretty much accumulate a stun and then follow up with stuns and then accumulate more stuns. Somebody pretty much can't move very far. The only way you're going to lose a fight against somebody else is if they can stun you and move fast enough. Like they got to shoot and then dodge roll. Or they got to dodge roll and then shoot right out of it before you stun them at the same time. This thing is actually insane. I'm just saying. This is a very cracked, underrated support right now. Probably one of the better ones at 500. It honestly feels like it's doing the job that the Zusa does a little bit better. But you have to have your rotation down. It's not just throw your cluster missile like the Zusa and no worries. So definitely give this one a try if you're a support player. This thing's actually kind of cracked with the proper rotation. I might add that to a video. I know I actually played around with it on stream and figured it out, but I might add that to the video if I actually do one here later this week. But anyway, that's it, guys. That's everything. Huge update here. Let me know everything and all thoughts in the comments. I got to get out of here. So, like, comment, subscribe, all that usual stuff in the description, Twitch, Twitter, Discord. Like I said, I should be live later today, probably about 11 a.m. Eastern to noon, somewhere 11 to noon probably. And if I'm not live by then, and I don't go live by then, I'll probably be live closer to 3 to 4 Eastern PM. But yeah, guys, that'll be it for this one. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Peace!